Are we on? Apparently we are. Hi, YouTube. Oh, thank you so much, all you people who have been looking at my web page, my YouTube page. 795, I believe, was the number, if I remember correctly. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I didn't expect anyone much to look at it. Thank you ever so much. Oh, in case anybody comes back, hi, glad to see you again. Sorry I'm not making any music today. This is Imbra.
Hey.
Say hey, Imbra.
Hey,
Imbra. Okay. Well, everybody else gets on here and acts foolish as hell.
Yeah.
You know? Uh, so, hi, I'm sitting here enjoying a cup of coffee. Got a chap to bed, ready for school tomorrow. Everybody else does their family thing on YouTube. I just will get lost in the crowd as the rest of
That's all right.
them. So far, all you've seen of me is my music. Now, I hope you've enjoyed what you watched and listened to. I truly do. I hope you liked it. If anybody comes back to see if I've done anything new here lately, I hope you liked the music. If you didn't, well, that's okay too. There's music I don't like. So everybody, has their own taste. Oh. Shoot, I made, what, 3 attempts to make a video?
Mm-hmm.
I made 3. This makes my 3rd attempt at making a video. They say 3rd time pays for all, and it's a charm. Hopefully, this will be a charm. I can actually get this one uploaded. I had 2 failed uploads a while ago, mainly from my own computer illiteracy in many ways.
You done good, then. You got it.
I'll try. Oh. Well, ladies and gentlemen, if I continue on the road that I'm on at the moment, and I mean right at this moment, you may find out I got a lot to say. I don't expect everybody to agree with me. I don't expect everybody to believe me. Of course, if you've looked at this page before, you know my name is Richard Biggs. And, but what you don't know about me is, well, about everything, really. You don't have any idea of my education, my living conditions. I live in a house in a place called Walnut Cove in the county of Stokes in northwestern North Carolina. A house where 2 years after I got here, the termites had eaten the floors out so bad that the bathroom floor settled to the ground, and now the kitchen floor is doing the same.
Yeah.
I've been living off of drop cords for the last 5 years. We run most all of our power off of 3 drop cords on the few remaining outlets that are working. I pay $250 a month rent. I know a lot of people would say that's not much. What have I got to complain about? Well, the reason I'm living like this is because I know if I complain, I will get kicked out. And chances are pretty good I'm going to be getting kicked out anyway here soon.
Yep.
Why? Because I complained. If I become anything more than just something 795 people just happened upon, then it'll be told that I have a mental health disability, which I'm not the only one. Lord have mercy, you've elected people in office with them. They say I'm paranoid schizophrenic, but I say I've got good reason living here in Stokes County. Let me tell you a little something about Stokes County. In Stokes County, we have the highest rate of domestic violence in the country. Some people actually came here and made a movie around here, and that was stated in this Hollywood movie, in this produced movie, done it about a family named the Lawson family. Stokes County has one of the highest rates of alcoholism, drug abuse. It has one of the highest rates of teen dropout rates, teen pregnancies, suicide. It has one of the highest rates of just about every evil in the country. The Moravians who lived in Winston-Salem, or what was once called Old Salem, or now called Old Salem, considered Stokes County to be the dark and evil land to the north.
Yeah.
This is true now. You don't take
Yes, look it up.
do not take my she'll speak for me. Do not take my word for anything. You
Look
find
it
out for
up.
yourself. What I tell you is true, straight up, without a doubt. If I
Yeah.
speak to you, it's going to be true. And if it's not, you let me know. But that's only after you've checked it for yourself. But to get back to my situation here, I live on a disability. Embra gets no money at all. She was getting child support, but she doesn't get that now. Hopefully that'll come in. We're hoping to get Embra on a physical disability if we can't do any better any other way right now, because she was in a bad car wreck several years ago, 14 years ago. And now the near-death experience has got her to where she's all but completely physically disabled. She's at least partially, if not completely physically disabled. We live in a poor area where there are no jobs. I have no transportation. I can't afford to keep a car or truck on the road and still pay rent, water, lights, and internet to keep this going. I have been told when I first moved into this town 14 years ago, I met a lady by the name of, actually her name is Reverend Ann Fryer. She was the supervisor of the local rescue mission. And when I came here, I didn't go there for myself, I went for others. I'm blowing my own horn. I don't like to brag on myself. Let others do the bragging for me. But Mrs. Fryer told me one day that something big was going to happen around me. I don't know why she told me that, but she said it. What that something is, I don't know. Maybe this. Who knows? I'm sorry, it feels funny. I've never done it before. And you're sitting back there just as quiet as a little mouse on the stool.
I'm just, I'm just listening. Just like I hope everybody out there will be.
I don't know why she says that. To quote the Tao Te King, I'm just a rustic. I don't know anything. I'm not sophisticated. And they're sophisticated. Oh, so sophisticated. I have no wisdom. I'm foolish. But they are wise. They have great wisdom, greater than mine. So who am I to come here and tell anyone that I might know something of value to them, that I might want to share it, and believe it or not cost you a dime. I talk a lot about God, and if I continue to do this, you'll hear me talk a lot about Him. Because it's not just in my heart that I know a being that men call God. To quote Jesus, that being whom we call God exists. He is. He is alive. He is His own being, same as you are your own being. He lives, He breathes, He thinks, same as you do. In 1981, I was awakened from a sound sleep by a voice that sounded like thunder. It just called my name, Richard. It sounded like thunder. I sat straight up on the couch I was taking a nap on and asked my ex-wife who called me. She said she didn't hear anybody. I said, did you call me? No. I said, well, somebody called my name, woke me out of a sound sleep. And so, when it comes down to it, that's no crazier than someone coming up to you and saying, God has told me in my heart that I should tell you, and it'll only cost you $5.
Yeah.
Come to church, it's more, it's 20. Well, like the chaining the creature, it'll cost you $20 to get the angels to greet you.
That's it.
I'm plugging my own tune, but why the hell not? This is this is my
It's your
video.
show.
This is my show, I guess. It's my video.
This is what you show.
So we'll just do it live, without rehearsal, without notes. A little crib note written on my ankle might be helpful.
For when you forget what you're going to talk about.
When I don't even know what the hell I'm going to talk about, just talk. I am a hermit at heart. I do
And
not
he
really
is.
like people. Yep, here we
He
go.
really is.
I do not really like people,
No, he don't.
but I
he
do love
loves
you.
them.
I love you more than anything. I can tell you, you're my brothers and my sisters, my fathers and my mothers, my
Yeah.
sons and my daughters. When they said that Jesus' family was there, that's what he told them. All are my mothers and fathers, brothers and sisters, sons and daughters. And they should be our fathers and mothers,
And we
brothers
are our
and
brothers
sisters,
keepers,
sons
man.
and daughters. Everybody talks about Ferguson and all of this. Well, it's everywhere now, ladies and gentlemen. It is
Yeah.
everywhere. The world is
It's
at
sad.
the world. Well, come on, Rexella.
No, I ain't crying or nothing. I'm afraid.
Rexella don't cry, but she does egg jack on, and I
Oh
wanna,
yeah, I know.
I don't want to
go
be
there.
I don't want to be one of those.
No, you
I
don't.
don't want to be one of those. I care too much about our Father to try to be one of those.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a church per se. I don't go and support any denomination. If I did support one, it would be the Worldwide Church of God that God put together with Herbert Armstrong. That's all right, you're only human. And at this date, I don't know which one of that bunch I would turn to or could. Because I don't think they would believe me. Others come and they claim to have authority in God's name. Well, once again, I tell you, they'll come and they'll tell you God has told them in their heart to tell you this. God has told them to tell you that. God has told them you got to do this and you got to do that. And God has told them that God helps those who helps themselves. So, brother, go help yourself. I'm going to go help mine.
Yeah. And that's wrong.
And it is this way of life that has brought our nation to Ferguson, to New York, to Ohio. It had brought us Columbine. It has brought us the World Trade Center. It has brought us ISIS. It has brought us war and rumor of war all over this planet. Because humanity, not just America, but humanity as a whole, has not learned the simple lesson of love God and His way of life above all else, and Love your neighbor as you love yourself. Do unto others as you would have others do unto you, or as Confucius said, do not do unto others as you would not have others do unto you.
Yeah.
Not do unto them before they have a chance to do unto you. It ain't look out for number one. That's not God's way of life. That's
No,
not
it's
this
not.
being's way of life. Ladies and gentlemen, we are reaching for the stars. We are reaching for our nearer planets. Put yourself in the shoes of those who indeed are out there or may be out there. Would you let this bunch the hell out of this solar system with all of the crap we got going on right now? Ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't. Why would your father, who says this can be yours if you will only treat one another with love and respect, how is he going to allow you out there? He's not. You might make it to Mars. You people just might make it to Mars. But what you do with it is, if you do it like you're doing now, forget it. Forget it. All you're doing is making a bad situation worse.
Yeah.
I don't know. Perhaps I should. But I'm only 16 minutes and 53 seconds into the video.
How long are you going to make a video?
I don't know.
And then cut it up into
If I knew
pieces
how,
small.
if I
Edit
knew how, I'd do a regular live stream at a certain time each day, except Friday sunset, Saturday sunset,
We can't.
and on high holy days. I don't know how. Maybe I'll learn. Oh yeah, I'm a cigarette smoker. So big deal, all you nicotine Nazis.
Me too.
Big deal, all you nicotine Nazis. Who said you have the right to take away my freedom to choose what I wish to do?
Yeah.
God didn't give you that right. There ain't nowhere in the Bible where I've ever found where he gave you the right to walk up and tell a man he can't take a drink, or he can't smoke a cigarette, or he can't do this, or he can't do that, because you don't think he should.
Yeah.
I don't have any fancy degrees on my wall, but that does not mean I am ignorant. I do not have a recognized college education, if that's the term. I'm not sure it is. Oh, the term would be sanctioned. There we go. Sanctioned. Sanctioned by those who sit in their office and determine whether what you have just learned is worthy of an A or an F. And if it doesn't go along with what they've been telling you is true, you get the F.
Yeah.
As long as you're willing to parrot back to them what they tell you, you get the A.
Yeah.
I spoke to a young man once. I told him he had 4 years of college. This young man did. He had a computer engineer degree. And we were talking. We had talked off and on for quite some time. It's not a brag, it's just a fact. We had been talking for some time, and I told him, I said, with all your college education, you're pretty intelligent. You must be pretty intelligent, or you couldn't have gotten that degree. And his response to me was, man, compared to you, I'm a highly trained rocker. And I heard a UPS driver who had gotten himself covered in blue ink because one of the loaders, someone working his way through college, didn't pay much attention to how he was loading this barrel of blue dye. And here's this poor man covered in blue ink, blue from his head to his toes. And he said they've been educated beyond their intelligence. His truck had been loaded by a bunch of college kids, educated beyond their intelligence. Hooray for that man. No, I'm not kidding. This happened. I was working in Virginia at a Sears catalog store. But yeah, maybe Ember's right. We're 20 minutes into this, and perhaps I should leave this off for tonight.
For a little bit.
Kind of. This is kind of therapeutic for me. After what we had to go through today, this is therapeutic for me.
I know it is. I figured it would be.
And ladies and gentlemen, if anybody listens, my friends or whoever, family, if anybody listens, I'll say good night for now. Thank you. Thank you for listening to my music. Thank you for looking at my site, even if you just found it by accident and decide maybe one day you want to come back and take a look again. Thank you. And take care of yourselves. It's a bad time we live in. Take care of yourselves.